He basically let the male workers have time off for things like football and sports activities, but when it was something like drama or acting for me, he wouldn't let me have time off. I tried to back up my claim by asking some of my male friend colleagues to back me up on this because they had told me in private that the manager does let them have time off for football. So my friends agreed to back me up here, and then when they received the email about the investigation, they chose not to respond. Next in my statement, I went on to tell a story which I've since made TikToks about, where the manager saw that I had a sanitary towel in my bag. Basically, when you leave at the end of your shift, you normally get your bag searched and some of your parts of your clothing as well to check that you haven't stolen anything. But anyway, I remember him screwing his face up in disgust when he saw this pad in my bag, and he made a comment telling me to properly dispose of it. Because around the same time, when he saw this in my bag, the female toilets were really dirty. So was this comment him trying to make a dig at me for leaving the toilets dirty just because I had that in my bag? The sanitary bin in the women's toilets were overflowing at this point in time, but that wasn't any of our responsibilities. There was someone whose job it is to come into the store and change the bin, dispose of it, clean it. So him having a meeting with all of the females about this dirty bin, I thought was just a bit strange. But anyway, in his interview, his response to this was that he has no memory of this happening. You know when retail staff have to upsell you things at the checkout? They'll ask you if you want something added on that you just don't want. Well, I felt like my manager singled me out when I hadn't sold enough of those extra add-ons. I remember him pulling me aside into the warehouse one day to basically interrogate me about why I hadn't sold enough. Again, I tried to get someone else to back up this claim, someone who witnessed this happening, but when she got the email, she ignored it. Funnily enough, the manager does say that he remembers this event happening. He then showed the investigator a message I had sent him a few days later, where I was basically messaging him to let him know, look, I have sold some add-ons today. I'm proud of myself. So he then took this as a conversation of encouragement. No, I just felt like I had to keep him updated when I actually did sell some add-ons so that I didn't get told off again. And then the manager says in his interview that there's never any pressure to upsell anything. That's crazy. I also said in my complaint that the manager just generally scares me. After I made the complaint, I still had to work with him, and in my opinion, he started to treat me even worse. He made me stand by the front door of the store in winter in shorts selling things, which is something he'd never asked me to do before. A lot of the things that I complained about as well are just normal things that's expected of retail workers. It's normal to be asked to stay an extra few hours after your shift. But in this case, because of how scared I was of him and how intimidating he was, it just felt like I never had a choice and I always had to just agree with things. Obviously, if I thought my shift was over and I wanted to go home and I wanted to get away, he always asked me right at the end of my shift, as I'm about to leave, if I can stay an extra 2 hours. But I always felt like it wasn't him asking, it was him expecting me to say yes. I felt like I couldn't say no. Anyway, in his interview, he said there's never any pressure to say yes to extra hours. I said at the end of my statement, my ideal outcome, and I quote, my ideal outcome would be for the manager to treat everyone nicely so I don't feel scared to go to work. And apparently the manager was taken back by my allegations, and then he showed the interviewer an article that I wrote about him being a really good manager. For context here, he knew that I had a social media following and he wanted more people to come to our store. So to promote the store, he begged me to do a post on Twitter, and it was a picture of me standing outside the front of the shop with the address of the shop and everything, telling people to come, this is where I work. Surely that's dangerous. So that's the only thing that I can think of where I would have publicly said, oh, come to my store, I've got a really good manager. I don't know where I wrote an article. But again, anything I ever said about him being nice was obviously just because I was scared of him. Why would I go around saying he's a really bad manager? It says in the document, in conclusion, having considered all the facts and evidence, I can find no evidence to substantiate your claims. So it basically ended there. Obviously, after all of this, I still had to work with the manager, so he was just very off with me and it was really awkward. So a few days after the case got closed, basically, I told him I was quitting. You usually need to give like a week or 2 weeks notice before you quit a job, but I'm guessing he just wanted me gone anyway. So I remember I just went into his office and I said, today's my last day, and he was just like, okay. The end. Follow for more story times. Mum, Wicked Care Bears! Please, 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 please. Darling, you've already got Wicked toys. I don't have these though. You can wait till Christmas. That's months away. Okay, well you can wait till your birthday then. That's even farther away. That's next year. Well, you haven't done your chores this week, so you're not getting a tree, but maybe we can come back next week and get it if you do your chores. And what if they're sold out by next week? They won't be. But what if they are? Darling, put it back. We'll come back next week. Okay, go and get them. Yes! Huh? Oh, maybe they've moved them. No, there's a sign saying out of stock. Well, it's not my fault. Huh? If you had done your chores last week, you could have bought them last week when you saw them. That's not fair. What do you want to get for your treat instead? Look, there's some lovely slippers. Hi, just this. Okay, that's £3. But it's an energy drink. Okay. Are you not going to ask me for ID? For an energy drink? Well, yeah, in Tesco, I always get asked for ID. Oh, right. Well, no, it's fine. But you have to be 16 to have these. Okay. Are you 16? Yes. Well, there you go then. Wow. It was really that easy. Strange. This is the behind the scenes of my boyfriend's new music video. The song is based around being really lucky, so we tried to make it look like a bird had pooed on him. This is the next shot in the music video, and here we are preparing the bird poo again. He's eating Lucky Charms for breakfast, very fitting. The next shot is Sam finding a lucky penny on the floor, but then realizing there's loads of other coins as well. This shot took quite a long time to get it perfect, but here's Dan doing his thing. Quite relaxing for me, because I just got to sit there the whole time. Then we moved to the next location, which is us playing darts. Obviously, as you can see, we got a bullseye every time. We're just that lucky, what can I say? But no, it was just clever camera trickery. I think we actually missed the darts board most of the time. Here's Dan getting the up close shots, celebration handshake, and now these are the performance shots. We were playing Sam's song and then he was singing along basically. It was a fun time. Now onto the bowling section. So we wanted to make it seem like we were getting strikes every time, but Sam only got a strike once, so we just kept using that same shot. It was really fun though. We basically just got to play some bowling. At the end, the leaderboard says that we got strikes every time, so this is how we did that shot. The next location is a restaurant. Our friend Will helped us out with this and played the waiter. So we basically did some acting and then ate some food. The food was lovely, by the way, if you were wondering. The next location is in an arcade, which was really cool. We literally just played games, and by the way, I won at Mario Kart, can I just say? And the big finale of the whole music video is the grabbing machine shot, because he's so lucky that obviously he'll win on the grabbing machine. And he did, but you think it was the first go? No, it took a while. This is the end shot from the music video, and the song and the video is out now. Go and listen to it and watch the video. Just this, please. Okay, and would you like to donate 20p to charity? Oh. Isn't my money already going to charity? The 20p would really help the kids in this charity. Yeah, it's just that I'm already spending £1 on this. So the charity will get my £1. Do you not care about the kids that this charity is for? Oh. Well, the kids will starve if you don't donate. Okay, what? Don't know if that's fair. 20p could go towards their next meal. Technically, I'm giving them £1 towards their next meal.